and he shows me a ring being put on your finger. He says to me, Matt, she doesn't want to get married, Matt. She just wants to be with somebody. I already know. He tells me. He said to me, he goes, if you tell her this, she's going to shut you down. Did you lose an ex-boyfriend or a fiance? Are you sure? Because there's this young man.
Quite positive, yes.
Is that with your sister? There's this man that's here that's coming through.
I know a young guy who died a few years ago. Yeah.
No, wait a minute. Don't say another word. He's telling me the way he died is that through drugs. He talks about having addiction issues here in the physical world.
Yeah.
You are over there quiet, but he tells me the two of you had a thing or a fling here in this world.
Oh, we're both super gay, so no.
Wait a minute. Why did you have sleepovers? Did you used to sleep over with him, or did he used to sleep over your house?
We lived together. So
that's my fault. Listen, you're gonna know that as a medium, okay? When I see two people sleeping in the same bed and having sleepovers and all these things, I just assumed you were getting it on. All right, that's my fault. He's here. And you know what's so funny? You're gonna know that on the other side, love is love, right? So meaning that even though the two of you were in a relationship with one another, I see the two of you cuddled up watching movies with one another, like sharing a blanket with one another. Even though things weren't going on under the blanket, I see this in my visions. He shows me when I'm connecting with him that he was literally by your side and helping you through emotional issues that you were going through. You were there with him. And he kept saying to me, Matt, she was my only family. She was my only family. Do you know he wants to thank you? Because he says to me, I want to thank her for the way she loved me. And he's coming through because even though he may be gay and you're gay, he tells me that you showed him what love really was. Aww. And that you were the closest thing that he ever had to a real relationship. He wants you to know that.
Oh, Jesus.
He tells me this. You know what's so interesting? Oh my God, this breaks my heart. He just said to me, Matt, I could never find love here in this world. I could never find love. My heart kept getting broken, he tells me.
Yeah.
And he shows me him being in and out of relationships where he was like abused, where people just threw him off to the side. He says, and you were always my rebound, meaning that he would always come back to you and you would put him back together. You would help him out. His soul's here. Aww. He says to me that you protected him in so many different ways. He says, but Matt, my heart was fragile. And when I'm connecting with him, he shows me, he's bringing me through his passing, and he keeps saying to me, I wasn't an addict. I wasn't an addict, he tells me. He tells me the way that he died is that he was extremely depressed here in this world when I'm speaking to him. Mm-hmm. And he says to me, Matt, he says, I was so sick of finding people that didn't love me. I was so sick of being in relationships. He says, and getting my heart broken. He says, I became very depressed. And he shows me him drinking, and I see him going, and I see him using certain things here in this world. He says, I was trying everything, he says, to just go and to stop the pain that I was feeling on the inside. So I have to tell you, he's coming to you because he wants to say that he's sorry for the way that he left this world and the way that he left you. Because you're like, oh my God, if I would have known all this was going on, I would have been there for him. He says to me, Matt, you tell her that first of all, she's already saved me so many times within my life. And he tells me that when he thinks back to family and the people that were there for him, he thinks about you. And do you know that he's in your life every single day? And I'm going to tell you the reason why. He actually tells me when I'm connecting with him that he's helping you find love as well. And I see a very serious relationship that you're going to be in. And he shows me a ring being put on your finger. When I say that, don't say anything else. So I'm going to tell you what he tells me. He says to me, Matt, she doesn't want to get married, Matt. She just wants to be with somebody. I already know. He tells me. He said to me, he goes, if you tell her this, she's going to shut you down. But I'm going to tell you this. By seeing that, that's a symbol that he's showing me that somebody will give you a ring, okay? And that means to me that you're going to be in a committed relationship. And he says to me, Matt, I'm helping her with this because this was something I never got in life. And I want to give to her from the other side. So he says to me, so that he wants you to know, don't give up on love. And it's actually funny. Oh my God, I could spend all day with him. He thinks this is awesome. I feel like I'm on the Wendy Williams show because he's telling me like all the tea when I'm connected with him. Like Wendy back in the day, the good Wendy. He says to me this, he goes, Matt, you need to let her know that on the other side, what I have to tell her is that you're looking for a relationship like you had with him. That type of person that you can talk to, that person that you can bond with, that you can just watch TV with, the simple things.
Yeah.
He says, and you will get that. It's funny. I think the person that you're going to meet is going to remind you so much of that friend that had died, because I just see this love of music. He shows me about going to different concerts. He showed me all of these things, and he says, you will have that. So as much as this is a struggle right now within your life, know that he is a special angel that's with you every single day. He is by your side, and he is always watching over you.
Thank you.
Right? I really hope this helped you. And he's going to be like this, Matt. He's so expressive on the other side. And he's going like this, Matt. It's like, Matt, I can't believe she's here. She's a skeptic, Matt. She would have never believed in something like this. He says, I can't believe like I get to talk to her like this.
Aww.
So know that that's the soul that's with you every single day. And I gotta tell you, it's just so amazing the love that the two of you had for one another, because I see that on the other side, and I see that he's always here and with you. And like I said, his death was an accident when I'm connecting with him. He says to me, I didn't mean to die in this way. He says, I just didn't know how to handle my emotions.
Thank you so
I'm gonna
much.
leave you with that.